Hello everyone. In this part of module, I'm going to discuss about the magnetic circuit. Magnetic circuit or fundamental of magnetic circuit. This circuit is very useful for the analysis of all electrical machines, starting from transformer, DC machines, AC machines, all need magnetic circuit without which we cannot transfer energy from one form to another form. So a medium that is needed, that medium is called magnetic medium, which is needed to transfer the energy from one side to another side or one form to another form. So some of the fundamental basic things which you have already studied in your class 12 level. So I just recall you that concept that is called some first one that is called flux density. Flux density, it is denoted by B, and it is denoted by B, and which is equal to flux per unit area. Flux per unit area. So this is flux and this is area. So flux per unit area is called it is called flux density, and flux is measured in Weber, area is measured in meter square. So this whole thing, Weber per meter square, is also known as Tesla. This is also known as Tesla. Weber per meter square is also known as Tesla. Another important thing, fundamental thing is magnetic field intensity. That is called magnetic field intensity, which is denoted by H. Its another name is also called magnetizing force. This is also called magnetizing force, which is equal to magnetizing force, which is equal to H equal to current divided by length. So current per unit length, that is called intensity or magnetizing force or magnetic field intensity. And this I1 is also represented by N into I, which is and divided by 2 pi. N is the number of turns and I is the current flowing in N number of turns. So N is multiplied. And this term N into I, this is its another name is that is called magnetomotive force. This is divided by 2 pi R. This the term F. This is called magnetomotive force, and which is equal to number of turns multiplied by current. And this magnetomotive force, in fact, is same as EMF, means electromagnetic EMF force, which we have studied in DC circuit. And this MMF is also responsible for the flow of flux in a magnetic circuit, which we will see later on. So this term magnetomotive force, and there is also relation between magnetic field H. There is also relation, this H you have already studied this in your class, B by mu. This unit is ampere per meter. This is called magnetic flux density, and mu is permeability. Mu is called, here mu is called permeability. And this mu is responsible, this mu is a property of medium. This mu is a property of medium which determines the flux density for a given magnetization force. It means we can write here also B equal to mu into H, and this is also written as mu naught mu R into H, where mu equal to mu naught into mu R. So mu naught into mu R, Here mu naught is called permeability of air or free space, and mu r is called relative permeability. This mu r has very wide application and very important application for the magnetic circuit. So this mu r value is, lowest value is 1 for air. Otherwise, its value is always greater than equal to 1. So those material which has mu r very big, so that material is called very good magnetic material. So to decide a material is very good magnetic material, its mu r must be very big. So we have to choose a material which relative permeability is very high. So some of the data I'm writing here is there is a property, magnetic material, iron, steel, and certain alloys, by virtue of their inherent property, induces much larger flux density. The material mu r generally lies in the range 4,000 to 10,000. So this is a typical value I have written here. And for air it is 1, and the value of mu naught is equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 Weber per ampere meter. So this value you have already seen in your class 12. All these value, whatever I am writing here, all these are available in class 12, which you have already studied. Here we will study the application of these materials and these law where it is applied. So for non-magnetic material, so the material which are non-magnetic, so its mu r will be equal to 1, like air. Air is a non-magnetic material, and magnetic material I have told magnetic material which I have told it is iron, steel, and certain alloys, These are the magnetic materials which we will study in detail in coming lecture. So these are the certain fundamental things that we have to keep in mind to analyze all these things. So magnetic permeability, I have told relative permeability is the ability, this relative permeability here, this mu r 4,000 to 10,000. If its relative permeability is high, the material is called good magnetic material. And if it is a 1, so it is a non-magnetic material. So flux, I will study here in detail about the flux. So first of all, I will go about then I will go on the some numerical part also. So here I am just now explaining what is magnetic circuit. We have already studied a lot of things about the electrical circuit. In electrical circuit, we have encountered a voltage source, current source, resistance, like that, and where electrical currents are flowing. So in magnetic circuit, here I'm just giving some comparison. So this is our electrical circuit. We can see here, this is an electrical circuit. Here EMF is applied, electromotive force, and here a resistance is given and current is flowing. This is called our electrical circuit. And another circuit I am just drawing here. analogous to this circuit. There is a circuit, and this term is represented by MMF. Here it is EMF, and this is called MMF, magneto-motive force. And here the current is replaced by flux phi, and this resistance is replaced by another term that is called reluctance. So this is called magnetic circuit. Magnetic circuit. In this circuit, what we see, there are a lot of similarity. Here EMF is there, MMF is there. Here current is flowing, here flux is flowing. Here resistance is there, here reluctance is there. So here we see that the flow of current will take place only when there is a potential difference. So the current will flow from here to here. In same way, if there is a difference of MMF, the current will flow from here, flux will flow from here to here. Here we have seen that the current division rule is there, like Kirchhoff current law we have applied. So here also we will apply Kirchhoff current law for the flux, means incoming flux will be equal to outgoing flux. And same way, Kirchhoff voltage law, sum of the all voltages in a closed loop is zero. So same way we can also write here Kirchhoff voltage law also, sum of the MMF in all part in closed path is zero. So here we will also apply Kirchhoff current law, Kirchhoff voltage law. In same way here we will also apply Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage law. So there is a similarity which I have drawn here. Now I will see how we can establish, how we can find the value of flux in magnetic circuit. So let us see what we have to do for this. So here we see this is a toroidal ring, and a winding is placed on this ring, and current is supplied through here. So as we know that when there is a current, like suppose I write current is flowing here, so Fleming thumb rule, if we put a thumb on this direction, so curl will give the direction of magnetic flux. So in this case, magnetic flux will be like this. So same rule we are applying here, and we will find the direction of flux. So let us take some different color. So here some flux will come and go in this direction, and some flux also will come in and go in this direction. So, and a flux that goes inside the material. I'm just writing here that this flux is going inside the material, and this flux is called, this path is called mean flux path, which is going inside the material. And this flux which goes in air, that is called flux leakage. Means this flux leak and it is not going into the material. So this flux is called flux leakage. And the flux which is going into the material, this flux is called flux linkage. This flux is also called flux linkage. Flux linkage, which is going into the material. This is our toroidal ring, and a winding is placed here. Suppose if there is a n number of terms placed here, n may be 10, maybe 20, maybe 100, maybe 1000, like that, this turn is placed here. So the current will flow from here, and a magnetic field is set up inside the core and outside the core. So flux leakage outside, this flux is called flux leakage. So there is no material in fact available which will stop the flux to leak into the air. There is a insulator in the electrical circuit. Insulator is available in the electrical circuit which will stop the current to flow. Insulator stop current to flow. But there is no magnetic material. There is no magnetic material. There is a no magnetic, or there is a no material which can stop magnetic flux. So here there is no material. It means if there were material, the entire flux will go into the toroidal ring. But here what we do is that we choose a material. If we need high magnetic field, we have to choose a material which mu r is very, very high. If mu r is very, very big, then most of the magnetic flux will go into the material and leakage will be less. So mu r should require very high. So there is no material which can stop the magnetic flux. So now we will see what is the effect and how we can analyze this circuit. So let us see. Just now we have drawn this diagram. It is looking like this, and this is our toroidal ring, and on which windings are placed, and here current is flowing I, and a mean flux path which is shown here, that is going inside the material. This is called mean flux path. This is mean flux path. And if we consider a small area here, cross-sectional area, let us consider this is a cross-sectional area, and its cross-sectional area is, suppose if cross-sectional area is A, and this is our core of the magnetic material. So now as we have defined H equal to H, we have already defined magnetizing force. This is called magnetizing force, which is equal to mmf divided by 2 pi r. Here we can see this is our radius r. So this is the called magnetizing force. And we also know there is a relation B equal to mu into H, and we just putting this value mmf divided this 2 pi r, I am just writing it L. So here just put the value of H, mu multiplied by mmf divided by L. So this is called, H value is put here, and its unit will be Tesla. Now we also know that B equal to phi by A, flux per unit area. So from here we can also write flux equal to B into area. And now I am putting this value of B in this equation. In this place we can put the value of B, and B is mu mmf divided by L. L is the length and A is the area is given here. So B is, so flux is given as mu, that is permeability, multiplied by mmf divided by length into, it is very simple. Just I am putting the value of B from here to here. So now we can further modify this equation. We can also write this equation like we can put it in the form, this we can write, which is equal to mmf divided by L divided by mu into A. This mu into A is upside, so it will go upside. So length is down and the denominator. So this relation and this relation both are same. So we can write this relation, this term as, this is mmf, and I am writing this term by R, and this R is equal to, here this flux will be equal to mmf by this reluctance, and where this R is called reluctance, and which is equal to L by mu into A. This is called reluctance. Reluctance. So we got a relation, flux equal to mmf by reluctance. In the same way, which we, as we know, current is equal to EMF divided by resistance. And resistance, as we know, resistance is equal to rho L by A. So there is a direct relation here also. This is the reluctance length divided by A is there, and the constant, this is mu. Here the constant is rho. This is called resistivity, and this mu is called permeability. So its reluctance is there, and its unit will be ampere turn per Weber. Ampere. So this is here we see this is the MMF, which is equal to N into I. So we can also write phi equal to N into I, number of turn multiplied by current divided by reluctance. So this is a very similar relation what we have already studied in our magnetic circuit. So now we can also write 1 by R is reluctance is that it is denoted by P, and it is called permeance. Its name is permeance of the magnetic circuit. Magnetic circuit. This is the reluctance of the magnetic circuit, and opposite of the reluctance is called permeance. Same way, opposite of the resistivity 1 by rho is called, denoted by sigma, that is called conductivity. Conductivity. And this is called permeance of the magnetic circuit. So this is a certain very fundamental concept which I have discussed here. In next part, I will discuss some numerical based on the application of this